Hello there. Face reveal, except it's not because we've been on Twitch for like 5 years now. Hello, welcome. Welcome to the channel. This is an impromptu video that I decided to make. I'm Danny Harrington. I voice the videos and host the Football Fan Show on Twitch, which, by the way, is coming back in January. We haven't done it in a while because we've kind of been focusing on other things. And the channel has rebranded. This is not the purpose of this video because I find those videos to be kind of self-indulgent nonsense. What video is this? Why, it's self-indulgent nonsense. Swindon Town Football Club. My club. The team I support because it's the club of my hometown. And I might be a footballing hipster and also support Hibernian. And, Cork City as well. But Swindon Town, for my sins, is my local football team. Also, there is Swindon Supermarine, which I, to be honest, prefer going to watch because I can have a beer by the pitch and I love non-league football. But Swindon Town Football Club. We have done so many videos on Swindon Town, and I know that there are other football channels where the creators like to talk about their own clubs extensively. And this is something I wish to avoid for this channel. Someone will probably tell me not to talk about Swindon Town anymore. So this will be the last one. Unless we are relegated to the Vanarama National League. This wasn't meant to be the video for today. We'd already planned a very interesting video on the New York Cosmos. Remember them? We've got that video already in the can. It was meant to go out today. And yet, we're doing this because, I've been told I can. So there you go. We're doing this. Despite it not fitting in with the channel's strategy, format, or anything. So why do we want to talk about... Why do I want to talk about Swindon Town other than it being the football club of my hometown and this apparently being my therapy because my therapist is currently unavailable? Well, last night, if you didn't know, Swindon Town lost 4-0. 4-0 away at Colchester United. Now, we've been on the receiving end of some terrible scorelines that are worse than 4-0. But we were 4-0 down after 45 minutes. We conceded 4 goals in the first half, nearly a fifth in the second half. And I'm not going to criticize individual players, although I will say the goalkeeper, Jack Brycroft, couldn't catch a cold last night. So, before we talk about the game last night, the Supporters Trust have reiterated their calls for Clem Morfuni, the current owner of the club, to sell it. So, for those of you that don't know, Clem Morfuni bought the club in 2021 from Lee Power. There is a whole video about it. It's like one of the first animated doodly videos we ever did. And you can go check it out. It will explain it in far more detail than I'm about to. But basically, the club was up against it. They were trying to sell it to some American company. That didn't pan out, and Clem Morfuni took them to court and basically forced a sale through. At that time, the Supporters Trust were very much backing Morfuni. Now, of course, all these years later, they're not. But it is a very simple case of the Rolling Stones saying you can't always get what you want. So this is what the Trust put out before the Colchester game. Quote, 6 months away from the National League. This hasn't happened by accident. It's a culmination of years of mismanagement and poor leadership at our beloved club. Did it start when Clem Morfuni acquired the club in 2021? No. It started a long time before that, but he is the owner today, and the last 3 years have seen a dramatic decline on and off the pitch. Now, the on the pitch stuff was when he took over, he appointed Ben Garner as manager, and Ben Garner got us into the playoffs. Ben Garner then left for Charlton Athletic, and then we had Scott Lindsay, who I don't think anybody wanted. How wrong were we? How wrong were we on Scott Lindsay? I apologise to Scott Lindsay, because turns out he's a ruddy good manager. Got Crawley Town promoted, and he's now at MK Dons. Then we got Jody Morris. That was an absolute failure. Michael Flynn, apparently doing quite well at Cheltenham Town, but failure here. Although we lost, didn't we have 2 players on loan that we then lost, and that basically destroyed our season. And then we had Mark Kennedy, who was sacked in October, and he's been replaced by Ian Holloway. Now, Ian Holloway cannot be blamed for this. We had an FA Cup match at the weekend that went to penalties. 120 minutes against Accrington Stanley. They were 2-1 up, and then it conceded a 91st minute equaliser against Accrington. Maybe the players are tired, but even Ian Holloway surmised that maybe he did pick players that had played 120 minutes, but even so, the performance wasn't good enough. And he profusely apologised after the game last night. My concern is that we're doing the same thing all over again. Because we've done this. We've appointed an ex-Premier League manager who's done poorly. We did this with Phil Brown. An ex-Premier League manager who probably isn't going to get a job at the top end of the game, comes down to us and doesn't really do that much. Quite frankly, we're not asking for a lot. We're just asking for survival. And I'm mildly confident that Ian Holloway can deliver us from the sins of relegation. The reason I'm depressed is that after 100 and so years, 1920, we joined the Football League. So after 104 years, I went proper West Country then. We're now bottom of the league for the first time. We're now bottom of the Football League of the entire ruddy thing for the first time ever. First time ever. We've never been bottom of the Football League. Apart from maybe the opening day once or twice, but I don't think we've ever been bottom of the Football League. We've never been this low in the Football League. What the hell is going on? There is a joke in my family. I'm the only football fan in it. My mother is from Maidenhead. Not a well-known footballing town at all. They have Maidenhead United. They're a Vanarama National League team. I jokingly always said that if Maidenhead United and Swindon Town were in the same league, I'd take her to a game. Doesn't care about football. Has already said she does not want to go as my phone goes off. And I need to mute it. But anyway, I continue. I didn't realise the joke with Swindon Town would be so absolutely just, well, here's a word for you. Absolute and get relegated to the National League. I think I can sum up my feelings towards Swindon Town, which is one simple sound effect. And that's how we're going to end this video. Like, share, subscribe, pay for my therapy, and no, I'm joking. The New York Cosmos video will be out on Friday. And thank you for watching this rant. I don't think this is going to do well in views. You're just basically watching somebody have a mental breakdown over football. With that said, Hopefully you like the rebranded channel. The Football Fan Show lives on Twitch, but this is Dead Air Media Football now. Thank you so much for watching. I've been Danny Harrington. I'm going to go to therapy. This is how I sum up Swindon Town season.